Hello and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our Patreons, patreon.com/fsfilms, and particularly our $25 tier supporters, who are Trevian Alexander, Samantha Bates, Cat Waterflame, and L, without whom we wouldn't be able to do nearly as much of the stuff that we do now. So thank you all very much for tuning in. And those of you that are watching live, thank you for watching, and sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Shadows of the Neon. Nope, Shadows of the Mountain. I fucked it up already. Here we go.
It wasn't me.
Baby.
Hey, look at that.
Shadows of the Shadow.
I don't have boobs on right now, so Jack didn't have a visual reminder of mountains. That's what the problem is.
Umbra of the Shadows. Shadows of the Mountain. The Werewolf the Apocalypse Chronicle that we're running here on Final Show Films. My name's Jack. I am your storyteller for the evening, and I am joined tonight by Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. Sorry, I was going to say something and didn't. In response to that.
Welcome to my life.
I'm playing Dakota. She's something. She's lupus. Gosh, I forgot everything I am. Lupus Caliarctina.
She's something, all right.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Alexandra Core, Metis Philodox Black Fury.
And Athena.
Hi, I'm Athena, and I'm playing Mordecai and Lupus the Urge to the Shadow Lords.
And Craig.
Hi, I'll be playing Sal Spiderfire Mararo, a Ragabash Hamid Glasswalker, and I'm very uncomfortable with the energy we've created in the studio this evening.
And William.
Hi, I am William, and I'm playing Ingvar Ironblood Wolf's daughter, the Hamid Geta Fenris Arun.
And Senstaku.
I'm Sen, and I'm playing Grania Firelight O'Connor, the Hamid Glasswalker Ragabash, and I revel in awkward energy. So.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I am Jeremy. I am playing Aiden Taylor, Hamid Philodox Child of Gaia.
And
slightly
special
less of a mess than usual.
Yeah.
But not really.
And special thank you to the Onyx Path, who provided us collaboration materials for this chronicle. You can get access to their upcoming Apocalyptic Record book pre-order at apocalyptic-record.backerkit.com/hosted_pre-orders. Putting that in the chat right now. Boop. Hey, look at that. When last we left the Denver region, however.
Oh yeah, Black Lives Matter and trans rights are human rights.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
And when we last left the Denver region, the Wings pack picked up and headed for the hills in order to avoid Isabel Brandt's blood grudge against Aiden. Sure, that won't crop up eventually. And to look into the odd doings of Intrepid Energy, a corporation engaged in murky efforts near Thorodin Mountain. Three of the pack met with Will O'Connelly, a bone gnar who runs the small town of Coal Creek Canyon, and who took Ingvar's Fang Dagger as collateral against the Wings doing anything too insane in his claimed territory. Moriko and Grania also shared their recent insights into the situation around Intrepid Energy, and Aiden decided to break everyone into two recon teams, one approaching on the ground in Lupus form, and the other manning a few retail drones with cameras to try and get an aerial view of the base camp. And then the out-of-town wolves saw Moriko assume her breed form for the first time, revealing herself as the figure seen in the spirit vision that instigated the Vegas members' trip to Denver in the first place. So that's where we're picking up right now. Go. So it's Aiden,
Yes.
Alex, and Dakota, all standing in the backyard of the large pseudo Airbnb rental house that they happen to be occupying at the time, getting ready to head out and looking over to see Moriko, who is just standing there. Gray wolf, some black patches that three of you definitely recognize from a dream you had a couple days ago.
Huh. All right, we'll put a pin in that for now.
Is that said live over the totem
Yes,
phone or
100%?
Put a pin
So
in
those
what?
of you that aren't there are getting a little bit of a shock, surprise, interesting sort of vibe coming over the totem phone from three of your pack members who you are not in their physical space right now. You guys are in a car.
What's going on? Are we making voodoo dolls?
Yeah, sure,
Awesome.
exactly that.
No.
Don't worry about it.
Are you guys
Do your
okay?
thing. We're
You know,
fine.
When you say don't worry about it, the first thing we do is worry.
New Coke's right.
You fit into this pack very well.
I don't feel like it's a pack thing. I feel like that's just like a person thing.
Yeah, it's like when you say, don't look up, everybody looks up.
You know, or don't hit that squirrel. Everybody looks out for the squirrel.
Look, you focus on what you need to do. We'll focus on what we need to do. There is nothing, I can say sincerely, there is nothing that needs immediate discussion.
Look, I said again, the squirrel was a mistake, okay? I was texting.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't care.
Don't
All
worry about it.
I'm not going to.
Don't lie to us.
All right. Give me just a moment. This is just verbal talking.
Well, I mean, you're a wolf right now.
No,
so-
I am
Yeah.
not.
Oh no, you haven't changed yet.
Oh, you haven't changed yet?
Remember, I said that at the end
Oh,
of
yeah.
last.
You were because Aiden's gonna take a second. Okay.
Oh,
yes,
that's right. That's
true.
right. That's right. Yep,
I
yep,
am
yep.
not a
Already
wolf.
shifted.
Yeah.
Alex is already shifted.
Give me a minute.
Mhm.
But
Need to. And he has to take a second to sort of focus, sort of meditate a little bit. A lot longer than probably it would be expected. And then I'm just spending a rage point to shift,
Okay.
which goes really awkwardly.
shifted before? I don't think have we all shifted into lupus before?
I feel like there was a time, yes, where like everybody shifted into lupus or metis, and I don't know that Aiden actually chose lupus.
Did not.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he
He's
chose.
never taken
yeah.
lupus.
Yeah,
for
I'm
it.
pretty sure he took metis. I think is actually what he
Krynos.
did.
Yeah.
Or Krynos. Yeah, Krynos. That's what I mean.
Yep.
Not metis. but yes.
What about when we were in the desert?
When you guys were hiking,
Yeah.
most of you were in Hamid form.
I was in
Yeah.
Hamid.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was mostly it. It was a different time where you guys shifted. Everybody was out of Hamid form, but I'm
Yep.
pretty sure Aiden picked Krynos.
Aiden has been either Hamid, Glabro, or Krynos.
Yeah, I think
in
that's accurate.
every instance,
Mhm,
and
yep.
generally, almost every every situation has been Hamid or Glabro.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, he eventually shifts down, takes a minute, sort of gets his bearings a little bit. All right, let's go.
All right.
Where are we going?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. I was like, is that an in character question?
Yes.
Okay. Mordecai will say over the totem phone, this way, and she will start off at a decent trot and see if everybody follows.
Yep.
Alrighty. Yep. She's gonna start increasing her speed until it's a little bit uncomfortable, but not super.
Okay.
She's going. It's like a 10-mile run, so she's going at a decent clip.
Mhm.
And anyone I don't know if anybody can read wolf attitude. I don't know if there's a role for that.
There absolutely is.
I
Uh,
can
To
try.
see how well you can read Moriko in her in
Yeah.
lupus form.
Primal urge.
Nope. That is for this one, it's going to be wits and primal urge.
Okay.
Difficulty
That's it,
6.
Except for maybe Dakota.
For Dakota, Alex, and Aiden. Nobody else is there.
So Dakota might be a little bit lower because she was a lupus.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dakota, I'll let you go at a 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Neat.
nice.
Waiting for
Oh,
Dakota to
'cause
botch
it's-
this. Okay.
That would be hilarious.
Oh wait,
Okay.
I rolled empathy, not primal urge.
Oh,
That's where
why.
I was confused.
Mm-hmm.
Still not
Still
bad.
No,
Still
no.
pretty good.
Okay, you can tell that the Moriko that you've kind of gotten used to is very difficult to read in some ways because she's very stoic and sort of controlled. Wolf Moriko looks very different. If you know your wolf, body languages, she seems excited and determined. She seems very alive, very active. All those twitches that she doesn't have in Hamid form are all present in her wolf form. She's practically vibrating with intensity. Like she looks so happy to be here and very, very serious at the same time. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna go get those guys. That's what you're reading off of her.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. And to be clear, 'cause I believe this is the case, but correct me if I'm wrong. We can communicate as lupus without needing to use totem form, correct?
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm,
okay.
mhm.
Just
Yep.
wanted to make sure.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
2 other lupus.
2 other. Yeah.
Correct.
2 other lupus and any actual wolves maybe that you run across.
Right.
Mhm.
You also maintain your ability to understand spoken human languages that you
Right.
hear.
Right.
But good luck talking back to that because that's not going to happen.
Yep.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you guys head out. I will have Moriko make me a wits and survival as the leader of this and the person who's navigating overland, difficulty 6. Just to see how well your navigation.
One success. Oh wait.
One success.
Wait, wits. Oh no, okay. Yeah, wits. No,
Yep. Mhm.
it's fine.
I
Yep.
know you're not asking for this roll, but I'm giving myself a dex athletics for the.
Actually, everybody's going to be making a
Okay.
stamina and athletics.
Well, I feel
who's
like I
on
should
foot.
do dex as well for coordination purposes.
Oh no, like in terms of working your wolf body, that's going to be a different roll entirely.
Okay.
So first, everybody's rolling stamina athletics.
This is just for running.
This is just for running. Difficulty 6.
7
Nice.
successes.
Nice.
and,
Kinda not-
no, wait, that's so many more because my endurance specialty applies.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
true.
See,
Yep.
because this is why the other forms get ridiculous because your stamina goes through the roof and shit like
She's
that.
already a high stamina character. So this was already
One.
One, and then Dakota has 2. Excellent.
Yeah, it's like 4 10s. That's great.
Make sure,
It has
make
dots
sure
with a
you've.
lot of
I
abilities.
Oh
was
yeah,
gonna say, make sure
everything's
you.
off. Yeah, everything's off. Specialization's all off.
Right, but
Yeah.
also make sure that you have clicked over because I think Dakota, you may be still rolling your Hamid dice
Oh,
because you only
sorry.
rolled 3 dice, and you
I
definitely
Yeah,
have
no,
more
I
than
clicked
that
over
in-
on my
yeah.
on
Mhm.
forms.
Yep.
I forgot to do that.
Yep. Yeah. Go over to your forms page and make that roll again for Dakota at least, because.
Sorry, now my sheet is freezing up on me. Okay.
Take your time.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
no.
There is a success. That is not a botch. But it's taking Dakota and Alex and Aiden are all out of practice in this form. You're able to move, but it's taking you a bit to get used to it. You're running for a bit, and suddenly all of you look up and you realize your muscles are sore and you are breathing hard, and it's taking you a while, but you're making progress.
I
Yeah, Moriko will keep sort of looking back and doing okay. I guess we're going a little bit slower. A little bit slower. She looks a lot like she's sitting there going like, oh my goodness. Okay, we're strolling now. Okay. I guess.
Is she doing that thing like some dogs do? Will they come back and they will loop the
Oh yeah,
slope
absolutely.
along?
Yeah, no, she's not actually going all the way around them, but yeah, she does the thing where she'll go out too far, loop back around to again be still in the front, but has now closed that distance.
right.
Where she's running literally like a lap around, like, okay, too slow. Okay, it's fine.
Loop back to where they're at, start up again, get too far away, loop back to where they're at, start up
and
again.
just each time a little bit slower and a little bit slower until she finds like okay, so we're running, okay, we're jogging, okay, we're walking, okay, we're strolling, got it.
Aiden is just happy that he's not making Hamid's look bad in comparison to. There's one especially excelling, and then the rest are.
I feel like Dakota. May I suggest Dakota is having like a sugar crash because in the shopping trip that we skipped over, she insisted that we stop at like every milkshake place on the way back.
Either that or she just like picked up a ton of like candy, like rainbow lollipops.
Oh yeah.
Like I picture her doing that.
Yeah, that's probably it. You're just like working your way through a bag. Sounds like, yeah, you do you, technical. Anyway, here's an extra bag. Don't ask why. Just keep it handy while we drive.
It's not her fault. We're in thin air.
Yeah.
I mean, there is that actual as well. This is an elevation that
I've never been this high before.
And I forgot. We're also in Colorado. As she's going through the bag after bag of candy, Sal looks over at one of the bags, like, I'm not gonna say anything about this one. That'll probably be fine.
Says the guy who botched.
Oh yeah, I know. That's like he's remembering that. He's like, yeah, all right. No, it's just one whole bag of edibles. It'll be all right.
But progress initially starts out fairly slow on this as the Dustbringer flies 9-mile overland hike that you 4 wolves are going on. Meanwhile, the 3 of you in the vehicle are driving west.
Do we decide which vehicle we're taking?
Mine.
Are we sure? Because you didn't have dark windows.
No. I also have off-road tires.
Which Sal's vehicle definitely does not have.
No, it definitely.
I just want to point out
off-road tires and probably a good extra foot of clearance.
Yeah.
Interesting geography fact. The highest peak in Iceland is at 6,900 feet, which is just 100 feet higher than the average elevation in Colorado, which
Yep.
is 6,800 feet.
Yeah.
So we're high even for Ingvar.
And so is Dakota.
like
It's nice.
the average elevation of Iceland as a whole is 1,000 feet above sea level. It's still relatively high, but it's not anywhere near as high as Colorado is.
I mean, relatively high for a small island.
Yeah. Well, sorry, it's 1,600 feet above sea level. Yeah.
No, that's Anyway,
Yeah. Is there like what is the seating situation in here? Two front buckets and a back bench, or what's the layout?
It's two front like seats, proper seats, and a back bench, and then the toolbox is basically the back wall, and there's no roof over the back bench, and there's also some extra space between the toolbox and the actual tailgate.
I think when we're getting in, Sal will kind of look in the back, look back at Ingvar, and says, "I don't know how your Tetris skills are, Xena, but I'm assuming you're gonna want the front."
Ingvar shrugs. I'll take whichever position is available.
I mean,
Sal immediately looks at Grania to wait for the response to that one.
she should just mouth is sort of half open, looking at Ingvar. There's a calculating look behind the eyes, and then she just goes, "Oh, it would take all day."
I'll look back to Ingvar, pat Ingvar on the shoulder if she will allow it, and then say,
You have to reach up to do it, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, okay. I don't know that it's as big of, well, okay. Anyway. And we'll say
remember, she's 6'6" in Hamid.
Yeah. We got to talk about some of these things sometimes, but
I will remind the two Ragabacks that you are about to be in a vehicle with an Arun.
Oh, I'm very well aware.
We've been driving before. Don't worry, we'll crack a window. I'll take the back.
The entire back is open, so if you're looking for space to stretch, then that's probably the best place to be.
That's probably better for your health too. Ingvar says as she gets in the back.
Right.
There's also room for both of you back there if you want, but shotgun's pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I'll take it. Sal spends way too much time trying to adjust the seat.
It's very easy to adjust. It's got one bar. It goes forward and back.
I know. The lumbar.
It's an 85 Blazer. It does not go anywhere but forward and back.
Does not go up and down.
He's like trying to find the button that moves the lumbar support up and down. Where's your seat heater?
What's a seat heater?
Oh my God! Somebody get me out of this place.
Ingvar just enjoys the breeze as she sort of sits and lets her hair blow in the passing wind. She sits in the open truck bed.
This truck does one thing very good. I say as I jump the curb and you don't feel it.
I mean, you don't feel it much more than everything that you're feeling, which is bounce, 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 bounce.
It's got really
bounce.
good suspension. It's got really good suspension. Did it myself. Anyway,
get back with the glass walkers with the waters. Jesus Christ.
And you drive.
I do want to make that phone call. I don't know if this would be the time to do it.
Which phone call?
To William.
Oh, okay.
I'm right here. Craig.
Pardon me, I have to use the metaphone.
No, at Metis phone.
We didn't have time to make the call before we left, right?
You guys were busy packing and getting things situated. No, you did not.
All right. Then you know what? Then I'll wait till after. I'll wait till we're back and I can make it in private.
Okay.
So I'm heading I'm heading up to where, if I'm familiar with the area, or at least if from what Moriko's told me, it would be a good spot to
Yeah, you're pretty much taking Route 72 west.
Yeah, good spot to pull off road and climb up into the mountain a little bit. If such a spot exists, give us some tree cover to actually deploy the drones from. That's as close as possible without getting too close.
Okay. There's a few places that you're able to find. Having kind of set things up, you're kind of in the Black Gulch area. And you're able to set up. You know that you've got more to set up than the Lupus half of the pack will, but they're probably going to take a lot more time getting here because they're on foot going overland.
Yeah. So where is, you say Black Gulch, is that just a geographic term or an actual place?
I mean, that's an actual place, yeah.
Where?
Which, if you're on Google Maps or something, is you'd be looking kind of at the intersection of 72 and Stone Road. Is one of the better intersections, but there's also a Black Gulch Road, which lands relatively similar to that area as well.
Ah, there it is.
Between 9 and 285.
Black Gulch, next to Boiling Gulch. Got it.
Yep. Sure is.
Yeah, so head out that way, and then...
All the roads have names like that out here in the neighborhood of terror.
Pass by one, like, rickety-looking house that's, like, 3 barnyards that's been transformed into one large house. Just, like, look at it as we drive past. The fuck kind of redneck shit is that?
You've been out here before. You know exactly what kind of redneck shit this area is.
Oh, I know. But I have to comment on it every time.
That's fair.
Because now I'm with people that haven't seen it yet. They can share in my puzzlement.
Why? I'm looking at the map. It's like Black Gulch, Boiling Gulch, Little French Gulch.
One of these not like the other.
Look,
there's a lot of gulches out here. It's a thing.
The Boiling Gulch was too hot. The Little French Gulch was just right.
Yep, there you go.
What's the Walker population out here like, New Coke? There are a lot of us, or
do I have any idea? Glass Walker population?
There's, I mean, out here specifically, or the Denver area particularly?
Denver area.
There's some. It's definitely not. If you guys compare where Sal has most recently come from to here, Vegas definitely has more, but there's some.
I imagine that once you hit the mountains, it drops off dramatically.
When you hit the mountains, it drops off significantly. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, Denver's got a few, not as much as like back home or down south, but once we hit the mountain line, though, basically none.
I guess that kind of tracks. What'd you say back home was? Atlanta?
Yeah. Yep. Metro Atlanta area.
Do I know of any seps down in Atlanta?
No.
Okay. What's the scene down there? Is there a set or just kind of?
There's a few. Yeah, no, there's a few. I'm from hang on as I pull up my shit.
Too many weird ass hunters. People keep getting drawn there for some reason.
different
oh my God.
Different canon.
I was gonna say which timeline from that game are we in? Because I know there were at least 2.
No, couple of different places. I'm from Sept of the Black Ring. Karen's out at Marquee One Tower in Atlanta.
Show down there. Is that us?
Mostly us. Yeah, Mom was a Fianna, but for the most part, we're Glasswalker.
Gotcha.
Pretty. There's a couple others, but that's the big one in downtown. But Atlanta's big enough that you can have like 2 or 3, and you never really bump into each other.
Out of character question, because I'm not sure if I heard you right. Did she just say her mom was a Fianna?
Yeah.
Okay. So he says, I do kinfolk or the real deal?
Aru. I say thumbing towards Ingvar.
Oh shit, mommy issues. Well, that explains a lot of it.
No, Mom and I get on good. Dad's a
Oh.
piece of shit, but you know.
Was he a walker? I mean,
No.
kinfolk.
I mean, I gesture towards myself. Hamid, baby.
Yeah, no, I mean I know, but see, how'd you wind up in the walkers?
Well, kinfolk. Mom.
Yeah.
Mom being Arun, busy all the time. At my first 48 in downtown, so.
What's with the whole swearing every time you go all Lucky Charms?
The accent's Mom's, not mine.
I thought it was your dad you had the problem with.
Yeah, but I'm not my mom.
Yeah, I mean, most of us ain't.
You start talking like you're from the home country, people instantly pin you as Fianna. I'm not.
All right, so it's like a brand.
I work very hard to be my own person.
So it's like a branding issue. I can respect that.
Yeah. And you may have noticed, but I tend to drop accents as soon as people start talking when one is particularly heavy.
I don't know anything about that.
She says, having been mimicking Sal's accent almost the entire time they've been together.
Yeah. No, I don't know anything about that. I always sound like this. Never have any problem with it.
But the one voice that I can't get rid of the accent on is when I say my name. So.
Well, that's kind of where it's from. I mean, I understand, you're your own person, but you gotta honor a little bit where you're from.
Yeah. Just been trying real hard to not come across.
Well, that's where nicknames come in, isn't it?
Yeah. The problem is, I can't say firelight, fuck, without dropping into it either.
Go with New Coke.
That works. That's gonna get stuck with this accent, though.
Well, you got Granny.
I'm never gonna be
How's that
nobody's
one work?
I'm never gonna be nobody's granny.
Oh, come on.
Nope. Not a thing.
Ain't that the goal?
Not for me.
Last through everything, fight all the battles, and then sit there with an apron on, waiting for Hirano to come claim you so you can run off batshit crazy into the fucking woods.
I'm looking more for the, go out blazing glory, taking a whole building down with me exit.
Yeah, I was fucking kidding. Hirano's Jesus. I seen him go that way.
Anyways, here's our exit. Turn just off the road. The bumper in front definitely takes out a couple of bushes as I go. Just pull up the mountain.
But you guys get a decent spot. Start setting up. You've
Sal
got some tree cover.
What does Sal do?
Sal's in like pure on, sort of like stereotypical taking a taxi in New York mode. Like, I wouldn't fucking do that in my car. Anyway, we might die.
Start setting up. Get your things arranged. Did Mordecai make that roll? Let me look. For navigation?
Yeah, one success.
One success.
Mhm.
You definitely remember which direction west is, but
Yes.
eventually finding your way. And this is for Mariko, this is home territory. You have been in all of these areas before. It's just slow going with unfamiliar company, who are definitely taking a while. It's slow going.
Mhm.
But after several hours, everybody is in the rough vicinity of where you're trying to pick up, and you start getting situated. As you're getting positioned, Aiden, what is your objective for this this scouting situation?
I mean, the idea was our goal is to try and figure out if the not just the one person we know, but what the nature is of the random employees
Mm-hmm.
and the rank and file people in terms of their supernatural status, for lack of a better way to put it. Which we will hopefully be doing through Scent of the True Form.
Okay. Right.
So you want to sniff them out.
All right. You guys were attempting to get a position that was not. You're not going to be on the actual site. You are looking to try and get that contact from hopefully traffic passing.
Exactly.
Correct?
That was the plan as we had discussed it. We're
Yeah,
not going on
like a switchback or something where they'd have to slow
Right.
down to take a turn.
Rogan,
yeah,
something
we're not going on site because we like living generally.
Right.
Big fan.
Always a plus. Yeah. And okay, so you start getting situated for that, and try and pick a good position. As you get the layout and start making your scouting attempts. Let me get on the right tab of my browser. There we go. It's there are a few places you can find to hide out, and traffic isn't too bad.
Okay.
This isn't a place for Alex and Dakota. This is all new territory for you two specifically. I want everybody who's in lupus form to give me a charisma and... Or wait, let me check. Let me take a look at the character sheet.
to pretend to be wolves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is going to be your... How good are you at wolf behavior? Yeah.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
What role?
It's going to be charisma and primal urge, actually, is what I'll have you make.
Okay.
It's going to be charisma and primal urge. Difficulty 6.
Does Mordecai have it at 6?
You don't have to. You don't have to make it. This is for.
I'm tempted to just try it anyway. But
Okay.
only because
I mean,
it'd
you
be
can
funny
if you want.
if she's trying to blend in with the humans.
Yeah.
She gets a success anyway.
I will be spending a willpower on this.
Okay.
Oh no!
Boy!
It's not my name.
Botch. It's not a botch.
Not a botch.
But oh my goodness.
Why doesn't she know how to wolf?
She's trying too hard to blend in with the
Look.
humans.
Dakota hasn't been a wolf for a long time.
I mean,
And I'm just
Dakota
wolf, it's
Dakota
fine.
went hard on being a human.
She did.
She was and she was raised by kinfolk, so yeah, that makes sense. Meanwhile, Aiden
how is the
stumbles
person?
into it.
Yes. How is the person who is functionally illiterate at being a wolf the better than the two?
Well, he's
Lupus.
really,
Trying,
he's really good at
I think
empathy.
Jeremy and I
Yeah.
have traded dice rolls
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
No, it's like he's really good at empathy, and he's watching Mordiko. He's
Yeah,
good. He's
I
doing
agree.
like
Yeah,
the
legit.
he's doing the charisma thing of like, okay,
Legit.
okay, what is she doing? I'm doing the same thing. Then yeah, I'm a wolf. I got it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But it's for Dakota specifically. It's been a long time. You've been spending most of your time in Hamid form. And Boxcars is just kind of trying to put the pieces together. But it's a little bit awkward.
Just saying. You guys are really screwing up my attempts to thematically pratfall.
It's like how Mordiko would not roll bad for all of her introductions. And I was like, I
Right.
was so ready for it. And then
Right?
the dice said no.
So Moriko, as you're watching this happen,
Mhm.
you're definitely seeing how it's all coming. It's a little rough. It's a little painful, probably. Possibly. I don't know. How is she viewing all of this?
Oh, I mean, she's not doing anything. She's actually just doing she's being the best possible wolf example she can be, and possibly trying to nudge the general direction of where they've stopped into a place that would be a little bit more difficult to see from the road, and that she would be the first one that they'd see.
Okay.
Because, she's legitimately a wolf. It's
Mhm.
fine. Unless Aiden moves in front of her, which she did.
Aiden actually will.
Yeah, as if he moves in front of her, she's gonna move to wherever he like.
Yeah.
If he moves in front of her, she'll be the second one. She won't try to redo it.
Okay.
She's not saying anything
Mhm.
in either totem phone or lupus. Nothing. She's just hunkering down, not breathing hard, going, all right, leisurely stroll this afternoon. And now we sit and we wait. Perfect. I love this
Sort of-
game.
This is totally a normal wolf expression, right? Yeah. Uh-huh. Exactly. Cool.
Act natural.
Great.
Yep.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Loving it. Okay.
Dakota just doesn't want Alex to feel bad. That's what she's doing. She's
Dakota's
being-
like chasing her tail.
I mean,
She's like, this is what Wolf does, right?
I mean, it's what Dakota does.
It is.
So that's fair.
Okay. So you start your little wait and watch.
yep.
Mm-hmm. Mordiko's favorite game.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the game. This is the best game.
On the other camp, as it were, Ingvar, Grania, and Sal find a place to set up their site and start unloading your equipment. Who's taking? How are you guys getting your gear arranged?
So first I'm looking at Sal, and I'm holding up a drone in one hand and the control in the other. Okay, now, which one of the sticks makes it go up, and which one of the sticks makes it go forward?
He reaches forward and tries to snatch the controller out of your hand.
She'll let you grab it.
All right. No, you don't need to patronize me. I've been playing a bunch of Ace Combat. I'm ready for this. Let's go.
All right, so I'm going to put your drones off to one side, Ingvar between ours, and mine off to the other, just so that when yours crash and burn, mine are all right.
Ingvar, standing to the side, very loudly and dramatically opens the action on Banamadra and just checks the ammunition. Which, for those who don't remember, is her sawn-off shotgun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Xena, you know we're not the clay pigeon shooting here, right?
Of course not.
All right.
I don't shoot clay pigeons.
No shooting the drones neither, okay?
Of course not. I don't shoot things that are useful.
I think that's a threat towards you, Classic. I say as I move off to one side.
You knew. Okay, I just watched you back. I can't believe your favorite Smash character is Mr. Wait and Watch. Anyway,
I am so glad that I paired Ingvar with these two.
Definitely big like prison yard vibes. Ingvar being like the warden, and we're out here like, all right, let's go ahead and get this roof Todd.
So yeah, setting up the drones like sort of a basically park truck, set up drones right next to truck, so the truck is at least covering one approach. In case someone does sneak up on us and start shooting, we have only 3 angles of fire rather than 4. And
Luke shit show.
That'll be fine. Just don't fly too low or too high.
Sure. Fly casual is what you're saying.
Exactly, casual, right above the treetops.
That's right.
And basically just trying to one drone each at a time, not trying to multi-drone here.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get a lay of the nearby facility and just recon whatever information we can possibly get off of it from the air.
Are you attaching explosives to any of these drones or no?
No, not right now. That's for
Okay.
later, if necessary.
All right.
Not right now.
Good to know. Good to know. Go ahead and
Sort of a third date kind of thing.
I will say, as I'm getting prepared, I will say, if something does start shooting, be careful when you're returning fire not to hit the bottom drawer of the toolbox.
Good to know.
For anybody who is flying a drone,
Me and Sal.
I'm going to have both of you give me a dexterity and computers. I'll say. Difficulty 6.
All right. And my mechanical aptitude reduces that difficulty by 2. I think is how mechanical aptitude works.
Is this a
It's a merit, I believe.
look it up in the rules?
So I'm looking up right now.
Okay.
I assume my quick special does not apply here.
You're
Your
not
what?
fitted up with all kinds of mechanical devices. Note this aptitude does not extend to electronic devices such as computers or anything that does not work predominantly through moving parts. The difficulties of all dice rolls to understand, repair, or operate any kind of mechanical device are reduced by 2. However, this merit does not help you drive any sort of vehicle. Once you're behind the wheel, you're on your own.
I do also have computer aptitude.
The computer aptitude, I believe, does the exact same thing for computers, however.
What are the
Yeah,
two?
all rolls involving computers, hardware, software operations are at -2 difficulty.
So it's a question of whether or not which one you feel like more applies to drones, Jack.
Functionally the same though.
They do function. They do function the exact same way. They just reduce difficulty by 2. But this is literally a computer's check, so I feel like computer aptitude would apply.
Sure, why not?
I was just saying, I don't think my specialty applies, which is the quick, the dexterity, originally lightning reflexes, and we renamed it to quick as fuck. Never mind.
Go off.
Yeesh. Nice.
Wait. Hang
Your
on.
dexterity reading is 6.
Oh yeah. Am I in a different form?
You might be in a different form.
I'm in Krynos. That's why. I don't know why I'm in Krynos.
No, I like this image.
That he transforms into Krynos.
Tiny
Giant
That's with
claws
the-
operating the remote.
I'm gonna buzz the treetops. Everybody, hey, new Coke. I'm gonna do a loop-de-loop.
Perfect.
I feel like he's just so angry, he just roared it out accidentally.
It's
on
like
the
if
control.
this was about this size.
I do have an extra rage. That is not impossible in this situation.
This is how he finally gets rid of the
See, that's the thing.
traffic rage.
You well, no, never mind.
I assume you would like me to reroll that check.
I would.
Fourth
I would a bit,
success
yeah.
on
yeah,
mine.
yeah, because you're not actually in Krynos.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
Oh.
that turned on a dime.
Yep.
Cool.
not a botch, but
4 successes on mine.
Okay.
Sorry, classic.
for those not currently watching, I went from 7 successes to 0.
Oh, all on the loss of 1 dice.
What
Yeah.
what did you tell Sal not to do?
Don't fly too high or too low.
Yeah.
I feel like Sal picks up the first one and it just fucking shoots into the sky. And it's just gone.
Like it just rockets beyond the control range and just
Yeah,
falls. It's
exactly.
like,
And Sal just kind of watches it. He's like, all right, good. Now we know how high they go. And he just sort of casually leans down and picks up the next controller out of the ones that Grania has laid out. He's like, just testing the parameters. And
like staring at my monitor without even looking over. That's the definition of too high.
see, it's scientific research. We go one by one.
Too high, then too low, then just right into an ambush. Got it.
Let's see. All right, I got a 5 on my
Oh.
next one.
All right. He's learning. You scienced it.
This one goes up and then he sends it down towards the ground and stops it like 3 inches above and then heads out into the trees.
Interpret as
Okay.
you will, Jack.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting things situated. All right. But you guys, yeah, no, it's the drones fly out and you begin getting your aerial reconnaissance as you proceed. We are going to take a very short early break here.
All right. For those of you watching live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. Remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you do. Do whatever you need to do. Grab a drink, grab some food, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. And you can also, if you so desire, go check out the Apocalyptic Record at the link that has been floating on the screen this entire time. We'll be on the break screen, and I'm sure Jack will be posting in the chat momentarily. Bye. We're back. A dinosaur story.
So-
The way you get me to stop saying that is you let me play one of the dinosaur people in Werewolf, and I will
No.
never say it again.
We're
So-
not rolling
No
them out yet.
Mokele.
Heard it from.
That said, if John
No
gets to
Mokele
play
yet.
if John gets to play a Mokele, I get to play a Nuisha.
I
And I
know
get to-
that you've wanted
and
to
I
play
get to eat
Nuisha
the
since day
Nuisha.
one.
Yes.
So anyway,
Anyway, best changing breed.
I assume Sal is humming Flight of the Valkyries to himself as two drones come up over the tree line. And
Accurate.
He's only humming it because I've got to play it on my
those that
phone.
are looking at their view screens, which is probably just two people, see this.
Ooh.
There
This,
is a camp
which I
laid
will not
out.
be showing the stream because I was not prepared for us to be using the Roll20.
It's okay. There's a map. Anyway, you guys see, and your drones are coming in from this side, which is the east side, because this is oriented north on your screen.
Oh my god. My brain.
Yep.
My brand.
Roughly about this time, from where the others are crouched in the underbrush near the edge of the road, you see a vehicle coming around the switchback, headed toward the off-road that leads up towards where this base camp is.
Okay.
Those
Actually, two vehicles, one following the other. Pretty clearly an armored vehicle of some sort of tactical deployment, both of them. This is specifically the Spartan armored vehicle, and looks like they've got their turn signal on to go up towards this base camp.
Okay. I will creep forward
Mhm.
so I can get a good downwind vantage point.
Okay. Sent to the true form. You roll perception and primal urge difficulty 6.
Correct. And if there are
You can smell kinfolk or werewolves automatically.
correct.
One success will identify normal humans or animals. More successes may reveal other things if there are other things to be revealed.
Yep. And I will spend a willpower point on this one too. 'cause
Okay.
This is kind of important.
There, I
Uh-huh,
figured out a
uh-huh.
way to show the map to the audience, and I'm going to put it over here, so it will be mostly
Why?
useless.
Because I also have a smelling thing. It's not gonna tell us like what these things. It's gonna tell us if these things are more monstrous, but sense worm.
Yep,
I
since worm
don't
is a
know
thing.
if I could pinpoint that to kind of figure things out as well. But
Yeah, I mean,
let-
Mariko will already be doing that as well for
Yep.
sense worm as a mystical sense, not a visual or olfactory
Yeah.
sense.
Right.
it's on 158 of the book.
Yes, it is.
And since I'm in lupus form, it should be 2 less difficulty, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Perfect.
Which
Oops,
makes it
Perception.
much easier.
perception, primal urge. No, it's-
What would be the difficulty rating on that sense worm?
Sense worm would be they're a little bit further away from you, so I'll say 7 on this one.
Okay.
With your reduced lupus difficulty, that'll be 5.
2 successes.
2 successes. You don't pick up any werewolf or kinfolk in there. You definitely pick up a few humans in there.
Oh, this is it's not based on it's mystic, right? That's what they says.
Sense worm
Not
is
visual.
perception. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
perception.
Mhm.
Okay, so
It's
yeah, so then-
perception and occult, but it's a perception. If it's a perception-based dice pool,
yeah, because I have L5s for
Oh.
my specialties, but I don't think that would apply here, would it?
that wouldn't apply. No,
Yeah, I didn't think so.
but your
do
lower
have-
difficulty, I believe, would.
Yeah, I do have to ask because I forgot about this.
Mm-hmm.
Albino, I have plus 2 difficulty to all perception rolls operating bright light. Is it bright light here?
It is bright light right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn
mhm.
it. Okay, I got to
Yeah.
reroll. Sorry.
Okay. No worries.
So I'm just at a 7.
Is it less?
5 successes.
Okay.
Am I picking up less humans than I would assume are in the vehicle?
You are picking up. You're picking up at least 3 or 4 in each one.
Okay.
Alex, you're picking up some level of worm taint
Okay.
coming off of each of these.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to tell whether it's just worm tainted humans or something specifically
Okay.
worm infested, more or less, for lack of a better word. Moriko, with 5 successes, which is an exceptional one, you're picking up worm tainted humans and at least 1 for more in each one of those vehicles.
Mhm. Okay.
There's
Yep.
just a kind of low, very quiet growl that comes from Aiden.
Right about now, Grania and Sal, is when you lose control of your drones and they crash.
Can I tell if that loss of control was an intentional thing someone did, or something that they just ran out of range?
You can tell for certain that you should have been able to maintain control of them at this range. Go ahead and give me an intelligence and computers difficulty 8, actually, on these.
Okay, so would that be reduced for 2 by my computer aptitude?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
May I do
Yeah,
the same?
and Sal can roll that as well. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now my strong suit, -1. Where that is a botch, my friends.
Oh dear.
Where were these made?
Oh no.
You don't know. You bought them at Walmart.
Yeah, but Sal
and
is
would my diagnostics gift help me at all?
Let me look. Is that in the core book?
Yeah. It's I believe it's a breed gift for Hamid or tribal gift for Glasswalkers, one of the 2.
Let me see. I think it's a Glasswalker gift.
Yeah. So the Glasswalker can tell at a glance what is wrong with the machine, and then enlist the aid of a machine spirit in repairing it. Any technological spirit can teach this gift. I'm just trying to diagnose the problem. Obviously, I can't fix it because the drone's not here. It just says the system is the character.
Yeah, I'll say this one can apply.
Yeah, the character.
You've got at least part. You've got at least part of the item within visual and touch range.
So it doesn't.
So yeah,
I don't actually need to roll unless I'm trying to fix it. So
right, you don't need to roll, but it's you can't diagnose something if you can't see it, but you've got the controls in your hand, so you at least have partial access to whatever.
Yeah.
The drone is. So Sal, as you're looking at it, you're like, shit, this thing's probably run out of battery. Drania,
shoddy non-American or possibly American construction.
Grania, you're looking at it. You've got plenty of power. You've got plenty of signal. The only thing that would cause this is if they sent a jam. Basically, they have a stronger signal communicating on their end with the drone that is produced by your control device.
Okay, and does it feel like that's something that is just probably passively on, as opposed to something that they kicked on?
Most likely, they targeted them.
Most likely targeted?
That is something that somebody would have had to see the drones, point a signal at them, and flick a switch at least.
All right. So in that case, Guardian's gonna go. It's not the batteries, classic. They saw us.
Oh shit! How common?
What?
How common are these up here?
Not uncommon, but I don't know how common 2 of them would be, and they got us both at the same time.
Aiden, you're seeing these trucks pull off
Okay.
to go up towards the camp, and they get about 20 feet up off the road, and then you see brake lights, and they stop.
We should probably get going.
We have four
Yes.
more. Mordecai says that over the totem phone.
Four more what?
From Maury.
Oh, more.
No, was that out of curiosity? Was that laugh in character?
No,
I
no.
did not.
I'll let you know when she laughs. You haven't
Go
heard
ahead.
her really laugh yet.
So
No, I thought I did. I thought I got one.
Oh, you did. You did get
Yeah.
it. That is true. No, that is
Um,
true. Sal has definitely got a chuckle out of Mordecai. That is true.
so I'm gonna
Fomorai, Sal. Fomorai.
I know.
while that exchange is going on, I'm going over to the truck, going to that bottom drawer of the toolbox, pulling out one of my presents.
Yep.
And
Okay.
I'm going to go back and I'm going to set it and the controllers for the drones down. And I'm going to try to lay a trap here that is
Okay.
basically going to cause this thing to go up when somebody picks up this controller to inspect it.
So it's set on a pressure trigger, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Give me a dexterity and crafts. Your specialty applies for explosives. Difficulty 7.
I don't know if specializations can I don't know if specializations stack or anything, but would my preternatural grace specialization for dexterity also apply?
They don't stack, so
Okay.
it doesn't really matter.
Just wanted to make sure. All right, dexterity
Yep.
crafts.
Diff 7.
Would my mechanical aptitude apply?
Yeah. Mhm.
Down to diff 5.
Yeah. So as I'm doing this, I'm just to the other two. Get in the truck, and she's like completely serious right now.
Don't need a hand, new Coke.
Not at all.
All right, you want me to get the motor running?
Nah, I'll be fine. So that's 6 successes.
6 successes. Yep. Mhm.
I draw my guns.
Ingvar head hops into the back and just sets Bonamadra in the bed of the truck in case she needs it, just laying out in front of her.
Sal's standing with his feet on the side, door open, feet up, but in the footwell, and sort of like standing up top and looking around. Both.
Okay.
So
All of
yeah.
you can roll me perception. Perception and alertness, difficulty 6.
Yeah, and after I get that set, I'm getting in the truck and taking off. So
Okay.
For fuck's sake.
Not a botch.
Yeah, it's a bot.
No, you got a success in there for Sal.
Hey, you're
Oh,
eight.
There's a
Yeah.
single 8.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. I think I'm thinking of the old system where you had to, if you had more failures.
perception
Yeah, no.
alertness
As long as
difficulty
you've got a
what?
single success, it's just a failure, not a botch. So
Okay, fair.
Perception alertness difficulty what?
6. Those of you that are in lupus can be making this as well at
That
the
one
-2
is a botch.
difficulty.
Triple
That one-
botch.
Yep. No, yeah. Grania, you are laser focused on this explosive trap that you're setting.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
You
wait.
do not see or hear anything other than make sure I don't accidentally set this off, but you've got it arranged very well. The explosive charge is very well concealed by a little bit of debris and brush. And the way that you've set the controller looks like it's literally just sitting on the ground surface, not like anything's resting underneath it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If you had to pick one to botch on,
I'd
rather-
prefer this one than the other one.
It's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
So wait, so we can make what roll at what level?
Uh,
sorry,
so
sorry, I didn't catch that. Was
That's
too
okay.
fast.
The lupus group, you guys can also make perception alertness difficulty 6 with the reduced difficulty, knocking it down to 4 if you're still in lupus form.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
why is my
Mine's
brain not
flat
doing this?
at 6.
Perception and alertness, yeah.
Perception alertness. Yep.
So we'd be
Mhm.
down at 4. That's what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
Except for
And
except for
then-
Alex, who's still at 6 because
And
Right,
would
Mhm.
would my L5 specialty apply?
yeah,
This would be a thing. Okay.
because
that's what I thought.
this is mundane senses. Yep. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So 3 successes with my specialty.
3 successes with your specialty. Yep. Mhm.
Oh,
4 for Aiden, 2 for Dakota, and 3 for Alex.
Yep.
So as these 2 trucks stop, the driver's side on the one closest to the road, the one in the back, swings open, and a gun comes out. It's a pistol, heavy build, that's just kind of sweeping very slightly as somebody's kind of leaning out, trying to keep eyes under cover as much as possible. Aiden, you also notice there's a pair of double doors that are the back of this truck with a little sort of oblong horizontal window aperture in each one. Looks like bulletproof glass, heavily tinted. You can just barely see something shift behind one of those, as though there was a solid barricade behind it that was pulled back. Something is definitely looking out of the back of this without actually opening the doors as well.
quietly pull back, pull back.
Mordecai will immediately obey.
Those of you that are trying to extract will need
Nope.
dexterity and stealth, difficulty 6.
Does that include those of us that are in the truck?
No, this is just for the group that's being
Yeah.
Gotcha.
watched.
Didn't want to interrupt you, but while
Mhm.
Ingvar is sitting in the truck, she is shifting up into Fair Glabro.
Okay. 3 for Aiden,
4 for Mordecai.
4 for Mordecai,
2 for Dakota.
2 for Dakota,
4.
4 for Alex.
We are very stealthy.
But are you stealthy enough?
Let's find out.
Come on, character sheet. You can do it.
No character sheet. You can't do it.
I mean, maybe not. We'll see.
I believe in you.
I don't. Don't believe in the GM's character sheet.
That doesn't make it go away.
No, but believing in it gives it power.
Hmm.
As a GM myself, I know this.
Hmm. 0.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of ones. Yep.
That is a lot of ones.
So you guys slowly begin to creep back. And you just watch as whoever's in these vehicles are apparently scanning. You hear a couple other doors click open, but you can't really see anything from your perspective. You assume it's the further in truck also scanning their front arc as well. And very carefully you extract and pull back, sliding around the switchback so that you now have a rise of physical earth between you and this turnoff leading up towards the base camp.
Can Mordecai potentially turn on her heightened senses and try to see how many people are actually there? Like get an exact number?
Sure.
So let me see. All right, so I'm going to spend a gnosis point
Okay.
to get my heightened senses on.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you, gnosis? There you are. That's in my bottom one. There we go. Okay. Sharpens and lupus. I think it's -3 for perception difficulties. So yeah, and get an extra die to the primal. Okay, yeah. So yeah,
Let's see. Yep. Mm-hmm.
yeah, she's gonna try to see how many people there are.
Okay. So it's going to be perception and alertness. Standard difficulty on this would be 8, so you'll be rolling at 5.
Perception and sorry, you said alertness?
Perception, alertness, difficulty 5.
Okay. And my L5s wouldn't apply because are we out of visual range? Wouldn't matter.
You
I
are
think.
you are technically out of visual range
Okay,
on
man,
this one.
and it wouldn't matter
if you're
anyway.
pulled behind, but
Eavesdropping would apply, but it doesn't
Mhm.
matter.
yeah,
Okay.
but you didn't get any 10s,
Yeah,
so
it
it's
didn't matter. Yep,
But
so
still, 5 successes is an
successes.
exceptional success. You are able to pick up 4 distinct breath patterns and scents coming from each of the vehicles. There's 4 people in each vehicle.
Mhm.
Total of 8.
Over the totem phone because she doesn't want to risk making any sound out loud. There are 8 people. We need to move.
Yep.
2 or 4 more. Or 4 more.
over the totem phone
Okay.
as I'm driving away. I just go, I would hope you're already moving.
We are.
All right. But with
Be
enough
faster.
but with enough barrier between you and the two armored vehicles, you guys managed to extract your way out and slip away into the scrub and woods. Nicely done.
Just to clarify, Jack,
Mhm.
hadn't and I don't know if Marco stated this already. Hadn't Marco detected there were 4 humans and a Fomori in each one, or was it
3 humans in a phone?
Okay.
She
Yeah.
did, yeah.
There's
3
8 people.
humans
Yeah,
and
8 people. 2 of them are Fomori.
I wasn't
And-
necessarily saying those were exclusive of each other.
Yeah.
There
Yes.
could easily
Right,
be a
mhm.
non-breathing Fomor in there.
yeah.
Yes,
mhm. Yeah, no,
possible, yeah.
there's at least 4 people in each one and at least 1 Fomori in each one.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is what you guys were able to determine. Yep.
Mhm. This is what
Okay.
Monica's good at doing.
And really quick over the
mm-hmm.
totem phones. We're not doing it, but I really wish we could have gotten a look at those Fomors, because that would have told us a lot.
I could try.
No,
Okay.
there's
Let's
the
take-
She
odds
doesn't
of
even
this
argue.
going-
She's just immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
The odds of this going wrong are too high right now.
You want us to take one more swing with the drones? Seemed like something knocked them out, but we could give it another shot.
That's probably what tipped them off, to be
Back
honest.
of the totem phone. Yeah, no, we shouldn't take another shot right now. They definitely saw us.
And
Yeah, but
honestly,
it's not like they can see us more.
they could.
They could
They
see
very
actually.
conceivably could.
They could see actually us, not just our drones.
Or they could now that they're prepared for it, do any kind of back tracing on using whatever access they have to do so. They could conceivably figure out a lot more. We got information. The information we got is good and relevant. Let's pull away for now.
You got it, boss.
Mordecai will try to get them back to the house. The
Okay.
place. That's that same.
Yep. Give me a wits and survival difficulty 6.
Do I need to make any sort of roll to get us away in the truck, or did we get away
Nope.
fast
You are
enough that we're good?
driving. You get onto the road and you push back east towards the house.
All right.
4
Yep.
successes.
Yeah,
Mordecai's
Mordecai knows
definitely-
exactly where she's going.
She's just following her scent trail back.
Mordecai, roll me do / roll 1d10. Just roll me a single d10.
Okay, wait. / roll
Space 1d10.
1d10.
Okay.
And Aiden will, for about the first maybe 15 minutes, be keeping an eye out to make sure that they're not being followed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mordecai's doing the same thing with her heightened senses.
Okay. You're not being followed.
Okay.
Mhm.
You are able to determine that. Mordecai, as you come out, there is a portion of road where you have to cross it. And as you do so, you look to one side just as you're starting to push your head out on the bushes to check, and there's a vehicle coming down this sort of dirt logging forestry road that you guys are going to have to cross.
Okay, can I tell anything about this vehicle?
At this point, give me a intelligence and alertness. This is just sort of a memory roll, difficulty 6.
Okay, intelligence and alertness 6.
Mhm.
Memory roll. Okay. 4 successes.
This is based on the size and shape of the vehicle and the color. Looks like this is part of Roosevelt National Forest, and it looks like a state forest National Park Service type vehicle.
Okay.
So park ranger of some sort, probably.
Mhm. Okay. Mordecai will say in Lupus, stop, wait. There's a park person and she'll stop before she crosses
Okay.
the road.
Yep.
Probably pretty abruptly, and try to get back into the shadows of the trees or brush or whatever is there.
Vehicle drives by fairly slowly. This is technically an off-road.
Mm-hmm.
And then right in front of you kind of stops. The window is down and you can see an arm kind of hanging out. And a park ranger kind of puts the vehicle in park and sort of leans out. And you can see him scanning the underbrush. Looking. And Alex, he makes eye contact with you.
Okay.
Oh, hey there.
Scent roll. Through
Yeah.
form.
Sure.
Alex isn't gonna do that. No, she's not thinking. This is terrifying.
Pearl. Primal.
Two successes. Bog standard human.
Okay.
Yep.
Can Mordico roll to see if she recognizes this person, that she's seen this particular park ranger before?
Yeah. You can give me a perception and alertness, see if you recognize smell.
Okay. Would heightened senses apply? No, that's just because it's a memory roll, right? Intelligence awareness. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
3 successes.
3 successes. It's familiar. You don't know anything about this person, but you're pretty sure you've smelled this around somewhere, not recently or anything, and not specifically affiliated with any of the camps you were investigating out here.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Yeah, but she's smelled this around the places before. Okay, yeah. Mordico is going to hold as still as possible.
Yep. But apparently the white of your fur has caught the ranger's eye, even as hidden as you are in the underbrush, Alex.
I
don't usually see your kind out here. He pulls out a cell phone and takes a photo.
I run.
Okay, at that point you run.
I was about to say over phone, just run. Just act like
Mordico's booking it right behind Alex as fast as she
Mordico's
can.
going as well.
Yep, as fast as she can, right behind Alex.
Where is Alex running to?
Standard reaction for a wolf with a bright flash.
There's no flash.
I am going to do. God damn it! Yeah, I'm going to.
As soon as there's a break, the window starts to roll up.
No, damn it! I've got the wrong one. Okay, never mind. I knew I had a jam, but it's weapon, not technology.
No,
and I don't think. Well, you could argue this is a weapon in a certain fashion. I don't think it applies here.
No, not as far as
no,
the
it's for mechanics.
concerned.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just over the tone of phone. God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm.
What happened?
Nothing.
Backwards.
Nothing that we need to talk
you
about
back?
publicly now.
Yeah, I don't think she'd go
You're
forward.
fine.
Like, I don't know what this is. I don't know who he is. I'm on edge because of what we just ran away from. I think she'd be running like back and then trying to go sideways.
Okay, Mordico is as close behind her as possible, whatever role that is.
Okay.
And trying to get her attention and saying, this way, this way, this way.
Dexterity and athletics from both of you then.
Is the truck
difficulty 6?
Moving like it's just going to go along its way?
Oh yeah. It's just going them.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Saw a random wolf in the wild, took a picture, drove off.
Yep,
And
pretty much.
You said dexterity, athletics, difficulty what?
Difficulty 6. Difficulty 6.
Look at
5
Dakota
successes.
And we
Sorry, I'm rolling
Yeah,
like that
Dakota's
tonight,
waiting
I
on
guess.
Aiden.
Yeah, we're following.
Right. Alex,
Okay.
dexterity and athletics for you. Okay. So yeah, you are running and you are peeling out and you are making good speed and progress, but Mordico is right beside you, nudging you to the one side, trying to course correct for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her back onto where I'm trying to say this way, back towards the actual trajectory towards the house. And as close as possible to Alex so that she knows it's Mordico.
Off totem phone.
Sal turns to Grania and says, I gotta ask, with your old pack, and keep in mind which camp this is coming from. Did you have this many don't worry about it? Because this seems like a lot even to me.
I mean, it didn't really have a proper pack before. More like just a confederacy. And,
Whoa. I heard about Georgia, but Jesus Christ.
she grins. Not that kind, but close. No, we were kind of worried about everything, but also that was kind of our job.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
have been
I
only
feel like it's starting to
three.
get to be my job.
There have been 3. Don't worry about it. It's not that much.
This was not on Totem Film.
I know.
Okay. All right. But eventually,
after
Alex...
a good distance is built in the car, by the way, Ingvar will shift back down into breed form.
Okay. Alex is eventually rounded back.
Yep.
And the rest of the pack begins to make their way back toward the house. I'll want one more difficulty 6 stamina athletics from the 4 in lupus, just to see how fast you make it back.
Sorry.
Actually, difficulty 5 because you're going downhill now.
Okay. And my specialty would apply. 5 successes.
Cool.
Dakota, sweetie.
Poor Dakota's having a
Sweetie.
Dakota's having a day.
Sweetie.
Damn.
So is her player, so it's fine.
And
I'm
4. All right.
fine.
All right.
Aiden is determined to look competent as a lupus.
Doing great, buddy. Doing great.
Yep. So yeah. Dakota gets something stuck in her paw that everybody has to stop for a minute for her to get dislodged. But after that, you guys are able to start making progress.
If she does, Mordecai will stop when she stops and will attempt to go over there and get it out with her teeth.
Yeah.
Or lick her paw clean.
Yep.
And then just go, okay, and keep going.
Yep.
Sliver in the paw makes it hard to walk. Just pull it out.
Yep. That
Right.
Mordecai will try to use her teeth kind of a thing and get it out. Get
I'm
back in.
glad Sal can't see this.
But after a mile or two, Aiden.
Yeah. So, as they're just walking along, not over totem phone. This is
Wolf talk.
verbal and gestural communication as wolves do. So we need to handle this beta situation. And I want thoughts from all of you. Who do you think would be the best choice?
Right now?
I mean, I'd like the thoughts right now, yes.
All right. Mordecai's gonna look at Alex, look at Dakota as they walk.
Not among us. I mean for the pack as a whole.
Okay.
All right.
And there is a long silence.
Mordecai will,
Alex, you go first.
Yeah, Mordecai would just wait for Aiden to order her. She's not...
Alex, you go first. He lets about a beat pass.
Yep.
And then it's gonna just start naming
like, all right,
because he knows it's gonna be weird.
Moriko knows where things are, what the lay of the land is, and who is around here currently in ways you don't.
That's true.
But we haven't fought with her.
That's also true.
Same with
Grania.
Character Grania. There we go. Dakota. I would be glad to have as the beta, but also, Ingvar, if anything happens to you and we have to like go deal with the Sept stuff, Ingvar's like an actual princess. So
It's also true. And keep in mind, everybody can have roles or times where they are taking the lead. That's different from being the pack beta. Those are two very different things. Like, I'll give you an example. In my old pack, I was the beta, but when it came to an actual fight situation, we had our Cricket, and she was the person that in fight situations we generally ceded to, because Alexander was not a combat oriented person, and as you can probably guess, I've never been. I'm actually a little bit more now, if you can believe it.
then my vote is for Dakota. I think she'd delegate well.
Okay. Dakota, how about you?
I'm just trying to be a wolf, man.
What are you looking for in a beta?
I can only go off what I know. What was best expected from what I've seen of the best, what the best alphas I've seen expected. There's official sort of, not official, but there are traditional sorts of things. And I don't think that those necessarily work for our pack.
But what are you as an alpha looking for?
I want someone who is reliable, is able to make decisions on the chance that I'm not there or not able to, and is capable of telling me I'm wrong when I am, in a way that I'll listen to. Because I know I won't always listen to that, because I'm me.
Mm-hmm. I think Ingvar.
Okay. Look over at Morocco. You're up.
Do you want my opinion as a Shadow Lord, myself, or both?
Yes. Both.
As a Shadow Lord, I would say, if I were in your position, I would appoint me, because as your beta, I would be second in command. If I were your second in command and you were to fall, I would have to cease and desist all of my inquiries into Intrepid Energy, as I have already been informed to do so by Grey Snow. Therefore, I would ensure that my beta had a vested interest in ensuring my survival. That would be the most tactically beneficial choice. As myself,
that is the most Shadow Lord answer I have ever heard, and I appreciate it.
As for myself, I would say, as your pack has suggested, it depends on what you want. If you want someone who may occasionally act contrary to your own nature, then your Arun would be the best choice. Your Arun will frequently choose battle, action. You don't. If you want someone who will speak to you with no fear of what you may think, your Ragabash Saru is your best choice. If you wish someone to act potentially exactly as you would act, your Galliarn. If you wish someone who may make a statement about what you wish your pack to be, your Metis. And if you want someone who will offer you a different perspective from what you may say or do, but who will obey your orders in all situations, that is me.
All right.
I will
Go ahead.
promise you my honesty and my loyalty as long as I am in your pack. The Shadow Lord adds in parentheses.
I like how
You'd expect nothing
everyone. I like how Moriko mentioned everyone except Grania.
Grania,
Uh-huh.
that's not on accident.
That was not unnoticed.
Mm.
All right, that's all very good information. I appreciate it. I look at Margot. I realize some of the ways that I operate are not normal.
Yes, but it is my pack. You are my
This is
alpha.
true.
That is what matters.
Funny enough, blame one of your own people for that. But I value counsel. But I don't think this one's going to be a vote. I just wanted to see what everybody else thought.
Noted.
Meanwhile, three of you on the road make it back to the house without incident. There's unfortunately not a cinematic like explosion and cloud of dust as you guys are driving down from your rearview mirror.
Man, real
Well, that's
heroes don't
fine.
look away.
I'm like 90% sure that a squirrel's gonna trip that mine, but I'd rather
Oh!
I'd rather a squirrel trip that mine while we're nowhere near and draw their attention to the location than for us to have been there and you know.
Can you roll to see if a squirrel
Sure.
triggers the mine?
Oh no!
I want to see if this happens.
Oh no!
Poor
What
squirrel.
that squirrel ever do to us?
Well, it's not a one, so that squirrel is. We're gonna say that squirrel is fine for the time being. It
I was gonna say we've already killed one squirrel this episode.
only by implication. But you guys managed to get back to the house without any trouble. You assume your comrades on foot are a little further out, but you're able to get parked and settled without further incident.
Sal is immediately out and checking the surroundings just to see if anybody is here that we don't want, if anybody's creeping up on us.
Give me a perception and investigation. Difficulty 6.
All right. As he's doing so over the totem phone, hey boss, we're back. I'm checking the bounds.
All right, we are inbound. We shouldn't be too long.
Difficulty 6.
Yep.
5 successes.
5 successes. You scan the surroundings. There's a few light disturbances, but nothing that you wouldn't chalk up to wildlife.
Back
All
over the totem phone. Do you want one of us to come pick you up? Get you here a little bit quicker?
No, you know what? I think we could use the exercise.
That's the voice of someone who doesn't get a lot of exercise.
House looks clear.
How clear?
That's the voice of someone who thinks you can shut the fuck up, Grania.
Pretty damn
Portico-
clear, small wonders.
What did Sal say?
Pretty damn clear, small wonders. Appropriate amount of clear for a house in the ass end of the woods.
Noted.
We got some disturbances, but stuff that I would expect is just normal critters walking around. I tell you this, if there wasn't those, I'd be more worried than if there was. Because that would mean something scaring everything off. So, other than us. So, doesn't look like that any boogeymen hiding in the walls right now.
I'm going to the video. What video surveillance we got from the drones before they crashed? Did we get? Would we have been able to save that to a data drive or something?
I'll say yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead my my bottom toolbox case stuff into the house, and also take that data, upload it onto my computer inside the house, and just have it ready to share once people get in.
Okay.
Ingvar,
set up a projector and everything.
As Ingvar gets out, she sees Sal immediately going for the canvas and just sort of nods that someone's getting that handled and looks over at Grania. Did you get anything good?
I got a good look at the facility, just a basic outline, and also the understanding that they are prepared for drone incursions, which does mean that I can put a little surprise in that if we ever want to make them regret shooting down all the drones they see.
Maybe, but keep that in the back pocket rather than forward, if that would also draw their attention to the last drone they brought down.
I mean, it would certainly draw their attention to the current drone they bring down.
But good to know, and the layout will be very useful if we end up having to, when we end up having to deal with it.
Yeah, also left a present behind for them. I really hope one of them trips it trying to find us and not a random bit of jungle fauna, but
Or a random individual hiking.
Yeah, that would certainly suck. She says with a voice that says that she doubts anybody randomly will be hiking in that particular area.
Is Sal going to want to make that phone call before the rest of them get back or later?
Yeah, if he can find some time and some private space, he will.
Okay.
Has the Lupus group made it back yet?
You guys are currently coming up over Crescent Mountain. So it's probably going to be about a half hour or so before you guys get back.
Okay.
So Sal, you finish scanning the bounds. Ingvar and Grania are busy inside the house. Ingvar's doing something techie. So you've got some
Grania.
or sorry, Grania's doing something techie.
Ingvar's not the tech head.
I was gonna say Ingvar's probably fucking around with a weapon. And making sure everything's rigged for whenever something lands on you guys. But yeah, you've got a little space and time right now if you want to.
Yeah, I will call Will.
Okay.
Ingvar will actually be checking security and making sure everything's in place.
Sounds good.
I'm setting up a projector with speakers, a whole sound interactive experience.
Oh, there's going to be a soundtrack.
Making an epic
Phone
movie.
rings twice. And then there's a click. I don't recognize this number. Who's this?
Mr. O'Connelly, hello there. This is Salvatore Moraro, Spider Friar. I'm a member of the Wings Pack. I believe you met with my Alpha and a few of my associates earlier today.
All right. What can we do you for, son?
Well, first we'll get the business out of the way. Our Alpha, he likes to make a good impression, but wanted to get the lay of the land, make sure that you were somebody we could trust, and I'm sure you had an interest in vice versa. But he neglected to ask about whether or not you might have anything in the way of hardware. He said you very kindly offered to help us, which is much appreciated. But now that we're getting a better sense of what we might be up against, we're wondering if you have anything that, let's call it protective camping equipment of the sort that might keep off the heavier sorts of rain, if you follow me, while we're out in the woods.
Well, young fella, it's a mighty interesting proposition that you got for me. And I can tell you this one thing is that I do not do business except face to face. So you saunter your way up here, bring maybe one or two of your family with you, and I'll see if we can maybe come to an understanding. But if you come to the table to deal, you better have something to back it up. Understand?
That'd be a real pleasure. Listen, Mr. O'Connelly, if you don't mind, one other bit of business, especially if I'm coming with members of my family. So one other thing I'd like to address just between the two of us. I agree with you, face-to-face might be better, but I also understand you might want more representatives from my side. So something I'd like to say, just one-on-one over the phone, if you'd be willing to hear me out.
All right.
I don't know if you're familiar at all with the Scepter the Green. You may have guessed from my dulcet tones that I hail from over on the East Coast, more specifically in the area of Manhattan, New Jersey. But a member of your tribe, not that you'd know him. Again, I don't know if you got any contacts back east, but a fellow by the name of High Tops in the Scepter the Green. Well, he helped me out during a real difficult time that I went through. And when I got back on my feet, I'm not the sort of person who doesn't like to leave, who likes to leave debts unpaid, if you know what I mean. So I went back to High Tops and wanted to say thank you. And he told me at that time, listen, I got all my stuff taken care of, but there's lots of other folks around here who could use help in a time of need. And so he, in lieu of accepting anything back from me, he told me where I could be most helpful to other folks. Kind of like, what's the name of that movie where the kid gets stabbed? Pay It Forward, you know the one. That's not the point. I'm not talking about stabbing kids, but and anyway, he said when I ran into some of his compatriots, some of the members of his family across this great nation of ours, if I found myself in a position to do so, I should ask them where I might be able to be of most help. So this is separate and apart 100% from our little rain gear discussion that we're going to be having later. But out of respect for you and for your people and the High Tops and that debt that I owe him, I was hoping you might be able to point me in the direction of places around here that might be able to use a little extra support.
Well, sounds like Mr. High Tops is a fine, upstanding gentleman and definitely pointed you in the right direction. So I can't exactly say no to such a polite offer. I'll comb through the back 40 and see what I can find.
I appreciate it. And well, you tell me if the best way to go about it. If like I said, separate and apart from our other discussion, but when you and I meet up, if it'd be better if you have a number in mind, I'm happy to write you a check. Make sure I'm sure you can get it into the right hands, or if you want to give me a list of places and put some numbers on it, I'll make sure that it gets there if you'd rather do it that way.
Well, that's mighty gentlemanly of you, and we will do what we can on that front then. I know that there are a few, shall we say, widows and orphans in the area that would not look amiss to something of that sort.
It's a sad fact of these modern times. And by modern times, I mean, ever since we started keeping track of families to the point where there could be such things as widows and orphans.
Well, I've got a couple hours free. Come around 7:30 this evening. Give you a few hours to get yourself situated. If you can come up by then, that'll be fine. Otherwise, maybe sometime in the next few days.
I appreciate you, Mr. Connolly. We'll, I think that should be fine. I'll check with the rest of my family here, and anybody in particular you're looking to meet, maybe the rest of us that didn't come by earlier.
Maybe. Let's cap it at 3 of you. 3 was a good number last time. 3 would be a good number this following time. And if anybody's interested in a bit of entertainment, there might be something worth seeing up here, depending on how things shake out.
Sal grins to himself. He says, well, I got a few folks in mind that could probably use a little bit in the way of entertainment. Thank you, Mr. Connolly. I appreciate your time and your offer, and I look forward to meeting you in person.
Bye-bye now. And he hangs up the phone.
Sal will head back towards the house.
Okay. Give it about another 20 minutes or so, and the rest of everybody is back. So we can pick up once all 7 of you have reassembled at the house.
As soon as we are in sight of the house, like within like probably a football field, Aiden's back to Hamid.
Right.
Oh boy. Okay.
2 legs.
Look, it was restraint that he made it that far.
Mordecai will, hold on, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, were you wearing dedicated clothes?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Free balling it coming out of the
Nope.
No, we're still in the same
Aiden's
clothes
full
as we were.
outfit is dedicated to it.
Yep.
Yeah, as soon as Aiden shifts, Mordecai is going to drop back from the front there and get closer to Aiden, almost like she's walking, like, you know, like a dog healing kind of basic thing. And she's going to attempt to shift back into human.
All righty. That
attempt.
is a stamina and primal urge.
Of note, once he shifts up, as any of the lupus come closer, he will just be reaching into his pocket and pulling out a cigarette and holding it up just to make sure, you know, shift out of lupus before you get too close.
The difficulty is the form you're shifting out of, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. And so with 4 successes,
That's Glabro, or that's
Hispo, Krynos,
Glabro,
Hamid.
Yep, that's
Yeah, so I made
exactly
it
what
all
you
the way.
need.
Yeah.
Just
All right.
shoom, right,
So
and you're
she-
up.
Yep, she shifts into Hamid to walk next to Aiden and then starts slowly but surely drifting. I want to say maybe like a half step behind him, so she's not actually walking at his side.
Yep.
What am I rolling to shift?
That'd be stamina and primal urge. Since you're in lupus, I believe it's difficulty 6.
Yep.
This is one of the things, by the way, I love about the werewolf system, that it mechanically gives narrative reasons why it's harder or easier to shift from the more primal forms to a form than to shift from Hamid to one of the other forms, because your stats or your stamina is higher.
Yep. So Dakota, you make it into Hispo. You can
Okay.
roll it again at difficulty 7.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
If you get tired of rolling, you can
or you
switch.
can just
you
spend
a
a
rage.
rage and instantly pick a form.
I'm rolling. I'm mad at the dice right now.
You're here.
Just remember, Sal wound up stuck.
Remember to make sure that you're in the right form, because each different forms have different stamina mods.
Shoot, hold on. Yeah, hold on.
If there's a stamina modifier, it'll improve
Yeah, 'cause
your odds
you-
of getting
yeah,
more
'cause-
forms.
Yeah, because you just shifted.
Okay, let me do that again.
I was gonna say, I think
2 successes.
2
Okay,
successes.
Glabro.
You're in Glabro. You only need to
Alright.
roll one more time. Difficulty 7. Make sure you click over to Glabro before you
Yep.
make your roll, though. Yep.
All right, I'm getting there.
There you go.
5.
All right.
So it takes you a few
Krynos.
takes you a few seconds, and then there you are. Yep. All right. So you just insta Krynos, and then
And then shift the rest of the way with that big stamina boost. Oh no!
Nope. It wasn't a botch.
not a botch. You can try again
Remember, you can spend rage to auto shift.
as long as you
No.
haven't botched.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. As long as you haven't botched.
I'm just gonna keep doing it.
There you
There you
go.
go. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Question: because we're in sort of a residential area, if I recall correctly, or at least
Nah. There's no other house within about a mile of you
okay,
guys.
never mind then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Not
very-
exactly a residential area.
Do
that
any
was
of the
very
do,
specifically the point of getting this place.
yeah. I'm remembering now.
Really quick, what moon are we under currently?
Oh, we just decided
Ooh.
that, didn't we, Jack, last time?
Yes, I think it
I want to say
was.
something gibbous.
I think it is a waxing gibbous
Yeah.
right
So,
now.
Galliard?
Galliard moon. Yep. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, because it would take a
Just
week.
so we
for-
know how much rage everybody's getting back.
It
tonight.
takes
Yep.
a week for the moon phase to change, right?
No,
Roughly?
not a
No,
not a
it's
full
like
week.
3 days.
Yeah.
Three or
Yeah.
4 days usually at most. Yep.
Wait, did you say waxing or waning?
Right.
Hold
You
on,
just
let me-
said
No, I
hold
can't
on.
remember.
Yeah, I know what you just said, but I think you had it as.
No, I don't remember what it was.
I feel like whatever you say right now is what it is.
Well, no, because there was
No,
Mordecai
we'd
Mordecai-
established something earlier.
Yeah.
It was
Mordecai
about
had to know.
Yeah, let me look at a moon calendar and I'll let you
It's
know.
it's not a huge concern at the moment. What like in direction. I was just checking for so once it gets to night, like okay,
Yeah.
well the Galliards get all their rage back and
Mhm.
But yeah,
I believe it was definitely a give. I think the only question is whether it was waxing or waning.
Yeah, because that was it, and then I can't remember which one it was. I just know that it would take a week for Mordecai's moon
Right.
to get in, and she is a
She is
waning.
waning. She's a waning crescent, right?
She's a waning crescent. Yeah.
Which I think
So
would
then it
put
would be a waning gibbous.
It's a
Yeah.
waning. I think it's a waning gibbous right
Yeah,
now. Yeah, sorry,
yeah, 'cause
waning
he-
gibbous,
yes,
not
yeah.
waxing. Yep. Mhm.
all right, so I'm not far from mine. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It doesn't really matter much for Ingvar because she's a full moon.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are
Ingvar
three
gets
for
one
which,
special moon a month.
There are 3 for which it really doesn't matter. It's only the
moon.
Thurges and
Yeah.
the Galliards.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah.
I don't
That
have
really
a ton of
matters.
rage to spend. Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah,
But
Aiden
everybody's
is
back.
already smoking by the time he walks into the building.
Yep.
Is this the same location, Jack, for heightened senses, or is it off?
It's off now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was
Is
that was for the
Yeah.
transition,
For the
basically.
transition.
Yep.
Good. Okay. Good. Okay. Then
As you
Mordecai does
walk-
not have a reaction to Aiden smoking.
Yep.
As you
Mhm.
walk into the room, the lights instantly dim. A projector fires up with a big like Photoshop like title card that just says Grania and Sal's Home Movies. There's a little bit of like shitty 80s black, it's like shitty 80s fanfare that just sort of that plays
make
underneath it.
Did you make popcorn?
There is
Sign,
popcorn
little bit of a
popping.
Seinfeld music
Yeah.
sting plays. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Mhm.
Sal, where's the alcohol box? I'm gonna need it if this is kind of shit.
It's like Sal. It's already by where Sal thinks Aiden will be sitting. So I'll just kind of
There's like this shitty, like oversized, squashy, very like granddad armchair, and there's a little side table, and the crate of alcohol is just on it.
You mean legitimately the best chairs ever?
Oh yeah. Mhm.
there is a like a snort of like not derision, but like surprised, genuine delight at the opening of the movie. And I don't think we did this in character. Maybe we did, but I would assume we have exchanged numbers with the new members of the pack at this point.
I believe so.
Or at least Grania. Like we could have done that in the car. Grania gets a Grania gets a text with a thumbs up emote from Sal.
Nice.
I respond to the
Does
thumbs
Moriko
up.
have a phone?
You'd have to ask her in character.
I mean, I think we would have. We can play that out for sure.
Yeah, no, that one would play out. That
Yeah.
one has too many details that would come up
Fair.
that Sal would need to remark upon.
All right. Yeah.
I
Ingvar's just sort of
respond.
in the corner of the room and just kind of shrugs at Aiden like they were having fun. What did you want me to do?
No, it's not an angry. To be clear, that's not an angry expression. Like saying that's more of a fucking ragabashes.
I respond to the
fate,
thumbs
sir.
up. I respond to the thumbs up emoji with a thumbs up reaction, so we get thumbception on the phone.
fucking John.
There's a gif. There's a gif back. That's that image of like the person's not a gif. I guess just an image back. But it's like the picture of the hand wearing the little mini hands on each.
Yes.
Exactly.
Ideal.
Yes.
Amazing.
Fingers.
Yes, please.
So it looks like a Mandelbrot finger.
Gross.
And then after the little audio sting, it clips over to the short video footage of what we saw. Welcome back, everybody, and allow me to introduce you to the camp as I hit the pause button on the cleanest shot I have of the facility.
I took that one.
I just want you to know.
No, Sal took this one. I say, clicking over to a different shot, which is a shot from Sal's drone as it was falling.
I just want
like a
you
Google
to.
Earth shot.
I just want you two to know that if this footage ends up taking us in an excursion to Burkittsville, Maryland, and there is footage of Sal tearfully talking about how sorry he is. And Grania kicked the map into the river. I will be delighted.
I never once apologized for anything, boss, and you know it.
I click another
Noted.
button, and a small GIF of oh God, my name. Why is the name escaping me right now of all times?
Travesty.
You gotta have to clarify a little bit for us to help.
Again, a small GIF of Nathan Lane in The Producers in the musical version, doing the somebody else's life is flashing before my eyes scene, with a very badly photoshopped version of Sal's face over it, just going. Just doing the bit about the coming into your chores part. Sometimes underneath it. Yeah.
The wood needs a corn and the cows need a milking.
That one.
Sal immediately on the heels of saying I've never apologized for anything goes, oh, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. And then we'll after the noted is sort of keeping a side eye on Moriko to see if there's any response to that.
Yeah, no, she ducks her head. You probably can't catch it unless you're looking hard.
So
Ducks her head to hide a smile.
Depends on what Jack calls that
roll a perception and alertness difficulty. Well, a perception and alertness difficulty 6 for Sal. Manipulation. Manipulation and manipulation and subterfuge difficulty 6 for Moriko.
I'm gonna spend a willpower on this.
Oh no!
I also
that's 1 success for Sal.
I hit
2 successes. You spend a willpower.
Ah, dang it!
Yeah,
I hit the next button.
Yeah. Moriko is hiding a genuine smile.
All right.
I hit the next button and it flashes back to just the shot of the camp.
okay, good. I'm assuming this is what you got relevant.
Yeah, and what happened after. As soon as we passed over a little bit further, I resumed the video, and you'll watch as it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That was targeted, so they're keeping an eye on the skies and picking out drones. I don't know what y'all saw down there.
Here's what we can tell you. There were 2 vehicles. Each of them had, as near as we aka Monaco could tell, 4 humans and a Fomor in each one. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a look at the Fomor, so we don't know if that means the humans are in the know. It could look completely normal, and they could have no clue, or it could be something out of a fucking Del Toro movie, and they could be fully in the know and cooperate.
Were the windows blacked? Were the windows blacked out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
Windows blacked out and their security's packing silver.
probably, I agree, probably, but we still don't know for sure. I'm just pointing that out. They very clearly were in immediate communication because the second that I'm assuming, based on what we heard, second that your drones went out, they stopped and they looked for us.
I left a
with
surprise for them.
guns.
I left a surprise for them just in case they found our spot. But yeah, no, I'm willing to bet that they're that plus the Banes, they're on full alert to anything getting near there.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Which is-
that squirrel just died.
Oh!
There's a distant crack.
You
There's
knew
a
it was gonna
distant-
happen.
You guys are too far away to hear
Yeah.
anything, but yeah,
You
that's
knew it
all.
was gonna happen.
I rolled a 1. That squirrel just died.
So
Goodbye, squirrel.
the good
So
news
sorry.
is
Thank you for your
I
service.
feel like they're on alert regularly anyway, so I don't think that put any more undue issue on it. The one potential downside of this whole thing, and I don't think it's anything to be concerned about yet, to be clear, is that we were seen by a park ranger and photographed.
I mean, I can take care of that if you want me to.
Well, Alex was.
Alex was, yes, but
I do not know that ranger, but that ranger has never been near Intrepid Energy. He is just part of.
I mean,
Here.
No, but if
absolutely. But if they
if these
post,
if they post that image and anyone and any of the people at Intrepid see it, they'll know there are wolves in the area, and these kinds of people tend
Exactly.
to get suspicious about wolves
There-
in the area.
Sal's
there
already
are
taken social media.
wolves in the area.
yeah,
My
Yes,
family
but-
lives here.
yes, but and I'm not saying that this is a problem, but with all due respect, are any of your wolves pure white?
No, I simply mean to inform you as to
Yeah.
the level of urgency.
Absolutely. I'm not saying this is a concern, or I'm not saying that this is something to be freaked out about. Just making sure everybody is aware that that could potentially, because just because the Park Service isn't necessarily in contact with Intrepid doesn't mean Intrepid doesn't necessarily have people keeping tabs on the
Unusual
Park
wolves.
Service's data services or
Yes.
anything like that.
now, if my past experiences is to be relatable at all, that information should be dealt with at some point, because it doesn't matter if
should.
there are wolves here. The strange wolf is going to attract attention.
It should.
Yes.
It's not a veil breach by unless you really argue manipulatively for it.
No.
We're not in a
Mordecai looks like
situation-
she's considering that seriously.
we're not in a situation where I think that's going to come back on us as a pack, is what I'm saying.
No. This is entirely on a enemy intel situation.
Not that
not
somebody might not make that argument. Because again, you've joined a very popular group here.
Is there any sign thus far of anything either on like the social media of the
Sal, you were handed a bowl of popcorn.
Yeah.
It's Alex.
Mordecai does not take the popcorn. She
I'm
just
already-
shakes her head very slightly at Dakota.
I give Dakota a hug and take the popcorn.
Oh, she will likewise give Grania a hug.
any sign of a
Not that you've seen yet, Sal. Now,
Ingvar will also take popcorn and give hug.
I don't see any sign of anything showing up on oh hey thanks Technicolor on social media or anything yet, but that don't mean maybe that Rangers just wait until the end of the shift.
It's not something that we need to devote any real time to. It's just something that everybody should be aware of. That was all I was concerned about with it. Odds that it blows back on us are really low.
Speaking of time,
just a fact of loss. I did get in touch with Willow Connolly, set up a meeting for this evening. He said to bring a couple extra folks just to introduce him to more of the family. But it sounds like we may be able to work something out as far
Awesome.
as bulletproof vest. I was thinking, unless you got a different idea, I was kind of thinking I'd take Technicolor and boxcars.
That's fine.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
So with this particular location, they got the technology to knock out any remote surveillance, and they're keeping their eyes out for it. So if there's good information to have, it's probably going to be in there. Now, if they got Jack, question, having worked with the Monkey Rangers for a while, how would I have any idea how easily detectable my gifts are by Fomori and similar? Like,
go ahead and
is
give
it the
me.
sort of thing where like my
You have any dots? You got any dots in occult?
I do not know.
You would probably have to ask somebody who's a little more knowledgeable about Fomori then.
Yeah, I just didn't know if I would have any experience with like, yeah, your stuff makes you invisible to humans, but Fomori, no, they'll see you or anything like that.
Yeah, you haven't honestly. Most of your Monkey Wrencher experience has been against mundane corporations.
Yeah,
they don't necessarily. Most of the stuff you've gone up against doesn't necessarily have supernatural muscle. They've got economic muscle, and that's plenty good enough.
So now I'm used to getting in and out of places that people don't want me in and grabbing information people don't want my hands in. I've never tried to sneak past Fomori before, though, so I got no idea if they're really good at sensing people like me or if they're really shit at it.
It probably depends on the Fomor.
Would Moriko know that?
Moriko, you can make an intelligence and occult difficulty 7.
I would also like to potentially make that roll.
And if we have those skills, can we?
Yeah. If you got dots in occult, you can make that roll and see what you know.
I can make a roll, not expecting anything.
3 dice.
What is the roll?
Intelligence and occult difficulty 7.
Diff 7.
Holy shit! I got a success.
Hey.
I got nothing. Wasn't expecting anything either.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, and then I guess no pigeon. I don't know that pigeon pattern would apply here.
No, not on this
I
one.
don't think so.
What is that, by the way?
So pigeons have the ability to detect patterns almost better than computers and humans. So it means that if she sees something that she's seen, she'll recognize it if she sees it again.
But is it a gift or is it a?
That's just a specialty, specialization where she doesn't have the like eidetic memory or anything like that. But if she sees it, she'll remember it for another time.
Is it? It's intelligence specialization.
Yep.
Cool.
So Sal, Fomori have supernatural aspects to them, and they can be very dangerous. So possibly.
Wait,
let's see.
I needed 1 success to get that.
To just get like
you know that is not outside the realm of possibility for Fomori.
If I'd gotten 0, would I be like, yeah, these guys sound cool. Let's hang out.
I was gonna say, if you'd gotten 0 successes,
got.
you would have known Fomori are bad.
Yeah, legit.
Which is basically Fomori supernatural bad guys.
Right. Yeah. Alex
does not like them.
Anybody with at least 2 successes, you're aware that Fomori are the function of when a spirit is bound to a living being, frequently humans, but also animals sometimes, in a way that goes badly. Basically, a worm-affiliated brood spirit gets bound to a living creature, and bad shit happens. Aiden and Dakota, you're familiar with the fact that given that there are a almost infinite possible number of types and various capacities of spirits, even if you take the subset of and is also affiliated with the worm, the number of combinations of potential supernatural abilities for Fomori is ridiculous.
Yep.
So it's very possible that there's a type of Fomori that if you enact a gift within 100 yards of it, it sends off a radar signal to it or something like that. Moriko, perspective, you know all of that, plus the fact that there are a number of sort of iconic types of fomori. You're not familiar of any that specifically have the ability to detect the activation of gifts, but you are very familiar that there are certain types of fomori that are specifically able to detect Guru with great ease.
Mm-hmm.
You would assume probably not one of the ones in the back of either of those trucks, because otherwise they probably would have been all over on top of you guys.
Mhm.
But it's definitely a tactical consideration to bear in mind.
Don't know how she says that one without using tactical consideration. can't use those big words.
That's okay.
Nobody's said them to her before.
I mean, you did say
Tactical. Yeah, she doesn't know.
You,
Yeah,
you
she
said
doesn't know
tactical decision earlier.
Yeah. No, and that's a rote phrase she's memorized from her father.
Yeah.
So I don't know that she could use it outside of using tactical decision.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she can use. Mordecai will say there are more fomori that will at the very least know that you are there, even if they can't feel your gifts. But the worst, not these ones, or they would have spotted us already.
Doesn't mean that there aren't others on the inside, though.
I have not sensed any of that nature, but
This
that does
isn't-
not mean they are not there.
And this isn't the place that you went to interview at, right?
That is in town, not here.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So at the very least, I can get in and out of the place that you went to interview at pretty much guaranteed, because if they didn't send you there while you were there, they're not going to get me. But this place just sort of wiggles a hand. I can provide distractions, which will probably help, but
For some reason, Mordecai looks directly at Sal. At distractions.
Just the biggest.
It
wolf
is your
your direction.
It
What?
is your area of expertise, Sal.
Just the biggest wolfish grin back at Morco. I might have an idea, 3.
Don't be modest. You have like 13 that immediately came to mind.
I got so many, boss.
Yeah.
Just wind me up and let me go.
All right.
I mean, we might not want to let Classic too far off the leash if they are the kind of fomori that might sense me. So
No, for sure. Like, I mean, to be fair, nobody in any situation where we're going to be operating in opposition, scouting, assault, sabotage, distraction, any case is going to be alone.
well,
Not one situation ever.
Noted.
How many
Somebody's
of-
getting followed to the bathroom later.
I said specifically in regards to acting against.
So just then, out of curiosity,
Mordecai
because
is
I
not
don't
gonna
know,
make that distinction.
Fair.
I don't know how well all of you dance. How many of you are experienced infiltration and saboteurs?
I'm not incapable of it. I can lie my way through pretty well. When it comes to the I can lie. I'm good with computers. When it comes to like picking locks and the like, that's less my thing.
How about
But-
how about not being seen where you can't lie?
I'm not horrible at it.
Because if they're the kind of things that we're thinking they are, and we're trying to get into the places that we want to get where they're with information they're guarding this heavily, we're not going to be able to talk our way in.
You're not wrong.
So, like, I can I can blend in with the best of
Mhm.
them.
Absolutely, I
As-
believe that.
But if we want to have somebody tagging along with me, we need to make sure that they can do it too. Because if one of us gets
Absolutely.
caught, both of us gets caught.
100%, I agree with you.
I cannot do it.
But
Grania already knows this. Please
if
don't
yeah.
tell them why.
Okay,
That's to Grania.
I just grin.
I'm just saying.
Sal's like, huh?
Oh dear.
I volunteer to go with Grania.
I'm just saying, if there's a situation where we can't have two people go in, we're not doing it.
That's
It's
fair.
too risky to that
Yes.
person.
I like that. And honestly, I mean, as much as I was gonna say two great tastes that taste great together, but I mean, come on, it's like you got peanut butter and your peanut butter over here. Anyway, but you send both of us out in somewhere. If it's a tech-based thing, sure, like the drones, we got it. But honestly, we may want to split up points of focus if we're splitting into different groups.
Probably.
I mean, I may not be a monkey wrencher, but I know my way around a lockpick, and I know my way around sneaking.
It'll depend on the situation. I think we got good information today. I think, Sal, you've got a meeting to get to tonight.
Yeah.
You wish to speak about
Yes,
the situation
will.
with the beta?
I'm going to have some conversations about that.
Y'all testing something out?
I was gonna say, okay.
The beta of the pack.
We'll see.
Ah, I know that was the thing you beta tested.
But yeah, also kind of testing something out, I think.
But let's just take some time and think about it. Figure out what we want to do from here. Because there are a lot, we got information, but we still don't know exactly where to go, and we're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah, because and all of you are very aware. You guys scouted one of 4 locations that you know of today.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm gonna go ahead, and so I'm gonna turn. As I turn out the projector, the lights come back on in the room, as if they were tied together. And I'm just gonna start laying plans on, or looking for scouting positions for the other camps that Moriko listed off, just so I can go ahead and prepare to get more information as needed.
Mm-hmm. You jump online, start looking at what maps are available, the local area that you can find. There's a number of different sources. And you start casting about for a couple other options as far as places you could potentially camp out in order to do a little espionage.
And as I do that, as I start to do that, I sort of like, oh right, by the way, I know Sal's looking for stuff, but I do have like a spare flak vest back at my apartment if anybody needs it.
That's one.
You mean a spare? You got one for you and one spare, or you got one?
Yeah, one for me and one spare.
That ain't bad.
I'm going to go check the security on the exterior. I've already checked everything in here. Ingvar says if he steps outside.
Ingvar's walking the perimeter.
By yourself?
I'll go with.
Sorry,
Okay.
I should. Aiden will say, sorry, I should be clear. We don't have to have somebody with us, with each other at literal all times.
Aw, now nobody's getting followed to the bathroom.
Oh,
I'm talking about when it's something where
Yeah.
where we're scouting, or we're going to spy on somebody, or we're going to assault the main compound,
Mhm.
or things like that.
Oh, Aiden, by the way.
Yeah.
As I look up, I reach into a vest pocket and pull out and then roll a USB stick across my fingers before catching it. It is the shittiest looking USB you have ever seen. It looks like it's being held together by duct tape and floss.
Okay,
And
that's
on
a
the
really high bar, to be fair.
on the front of it, it just says Xmas and has a black smiley face emoji and a yellow smiley face emoji on either side of it. If you get me inside any of these facilities and they have hardware we don't want them to have anymore, I just sort of wiggle the USB stick. I can take care of it real quickly and loud.
Good to know.
Just keep that in mind.
That will be very valuable.
And then roll it back across the fingers, back into the pocket.
Yep. As we break off, Aiden's just going to find the 3 remaining people that he hasn't spoken to.
Okay.
He wants to make sure to catch each of these people individually.
Well, Ingvar is currently out walking the perimeter, so that's your best target to
Yep.
start with.
So yeah, I give it probably about 5 minutes and I'll go find it.
Okay.
Everything look okay?
So far, nothing seems to be out of order, out of place.
Good. Who do you think should be beta?
Can you roll me a wits and empathy real quick, if you don't mind, please?
Yep. And he does it exactly that casually.
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty 6.
Reading emotion specialty.
That applies.
6.
Jesus, you can see into her
successes.
soul.
Listen, Aiden is really good at one thing.
Yep.
So I feel perfectly justified in describing this then. So there's a sharp intake of breath as she you get the sensation that she knew this was coming and has been running it in her head for the past 20 minutes. And she starts to talk. If you're looking for a beta, you're going to need someone who can make snap decisions when situations are tight, and you need someone who can act as your enforcer when they're not. You need someone who can be your extended hand in situations. And she pauses for a second and she starts to list things off. She goes, Dakota is the essential heart and soul of the group in many ways. She is an emotional person that people will be comfortable listening to.
Correct.
She goes, Moriko knows the area and has the tactician sense of a Shadow Lord, even if she has difficulty expressing it at times.
That'll change, I think, if she becomes beta.
And she continues to list off what she sees as those qualities in everyone. You're getting the sense that she is desperately avoiding talking about herself.
So lets you talk, lets you finish. That was a whole lot of not picking the one person you think should be.
It's not my place to argue for myself.
No, but it is your place if I ask you who you think it should be for you to say. And whatever answer you say is okay.
Out of everyone that I've listed.
Out of everybody in the pack.
I'm getting there. Out of everyone that I've listed, Alexandra is emotional, can get very caught up in stressful situations, can freeze. While Dakota might be the heart and soul, I don't think she'd be able to make hard decisions. I think that she would much rather be the heart and soul and not the person who has to make the difficult choices.
It's not easy to be both, I know.
Sal is Sal.
Right.
Everyone just tables that one.
Moriko will have inherent trust issues with everyone else in the pack.
Yep.
Grania is a different flavor of Sal.
One might call her New Coke.
All right. I'm getting tired of this shit.
If you're asking me for the honest opinion,
Yes.
I am the person who will be able to make those decisions, who will be able to make a difficult decision in a moment of crisis, and who will be able to act as the extension of your will when it needs to be done. I'll be able to argue against you without fear because I have my own personal advantages that I stand behind while you have yours as the alpha. I cannot make a sound decision that would not be putting someone else in a position that they are either not suited for or don't want.
All very valid points.
So if you ask me who I think should be the beta, I will say myself, and I will feel terrible about saying that because it is not my place to seek my own glory.
It's also not wrong to.
Says the werewolf who is supposed to be the iconic representation of the tribe who literally only exists to seek their own glory.
I know, that's why she says that, because she's supposed to be the paragon. She's supposed to be the, you know, the
no,
the hero.
I love those choices that you make for Ingvar.
Yes. I appreciate a lot of things about this. I appreciate that you have that your insight into everybody, which is valuable. I appreciate that you recognize the value in highlighting other people. Let's put it that way. And all duly noted. You'll excuse me, I need to talk to a couple more people.
Who do you go get next?
Let's get Grania out of the way. That sounds bad.
Sounds so terrible.
Shitting on Grania.
No. It's not that.
Rhoda loves Grania.
It's because
Grania.
It's because Aiden doesn't want to be in a shitty mood when he goes to talk to Grania. And he feels like that's going to happen after he's done talking with Sal.
I don't know why you would think that.
I wasn't insulting you.
Okay,
I
where
was
is Grania
insulting
found?
Sal.
Right.
Where is Grania found then?
I mean, Grania's sitting at the computer in one corner of the main room, having probably shed the vest, so just sitting there in like leather tank top and pants and laptop on lap, just typing away.
Got a question for you.
Shoot.
Who do you think, based on everything you've seen, be the best choice for beta for this pack?
Do you want the joke answer or the real one?
I mean, I didn't ask you for the punchline.
Yeah, always worth clarifying. Honestly, you got a lot of good picks depending on what you're looking for. I'm sure you've heard that over and over and over again if you've been asking other people. The common sense choice is going to be Ingvar. Big, scary, and people will listen to her.
Mm-hmm.
The less common sense choice is going to be Moriko. Local, Shadow Lord, has that sort of insight.
Right.
If you're wanting to throw a curveball, I'd say either me or Sal. Mostly because we think outside the box. And that's a thing that a lot of your pack doesn't do.
You're not wrong at all.
And if you want a second in command, you want somebody that's going to be able to approach the problem from a different angle, not your angle in reverse. And honestly, Ingvar, from what I can tell, approaches things from one of two directions, forwards or backwards. Dakota approaches things hugs or food. Moriko approaches things by the book and nothing else. Alex, I feel like, has problems with headlights.
That's me. That's me. That's not it.
I was gonna say, I don't know if Grania was Grania around when Mordico did the HR?
Yeah.
Was she, okay? You
Or at least I've heard about it at the very least. I heard the story.
yeah,
at the very least.
I don't
know.
know.
Around at the time.
I don't know if she was around at the time. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll just say she wasn't.
I've
That's okay.
definitely heard the story.
Yeah,
And like again going on and to go like, I mean, Moriko's infiltration tactic was to apply for a job, which isn't a bad tactic, but it's literally walking in the front door.
You're not wrong, but by the same token, if you think about it, and I realize this sounds like I'm just using stereotypes, but she's gone about how to handle the fact that she's not allowed to investigate this in the most fucking Shadow Lord way possible.
Oh, absolutely.
And you can never underestimate a Shadow Lord's ability to subvert the rules.
Absolutely. Like I said, by the book, capital B, capital B.
Yes.
But that's, like I said, if you're looking for something, as a second, you want it to actually be a second and not just an inversion of the first.
Of course. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. So,
that's my thought. And between the two of us, you've known Sal longer. I'm going to assume you actually like him and not the game that you play, unless the game that you play is actually real, in which case me. But I'm nobody's first choice in anything. She says, and as she does, she sort of like adjusts her hair a bit, and you see that she always keeps her hair flopped over to one side. And as she adjusts her hair, you can see the telltale signs of acid marking on her skin.
Mm-hmm.
And she very purposefully, as she says, in anything, adjusts the hair so that knowing that you'd see it, and then lets it fall back down. So
that's a story for another time, I'm sure.
Yeah, another time.
All right. Appreciate your thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you don't mind,
let's get this one over with.
Scouting.
All right.
It's time.
Where's the glam, bro?
Sal is actually probably sitting outside on the porch reading his phone. Probably still looking through for social media indication of postings about an
albino wolves.
Take a seat
Alex
next
might
to
be out
him.
there. She'll leave as soon as you
Okay.
show up there.
Just quietly, without a word, just take a seat next to him. Light up a cigarette. So thoughts?
Boxcars.
Reasons?
He leans over a little bit. You thought I was going to say me, didn't you, boss?
No, I absolutely did not, because I don't think you would pick yourself.
No, you're right. Sal turns and looks at him. He's been looking sort of off ahead and turns and looks at Aiden. Is Aiden looking at Sal or sort of off the, okay.
No, just straight on watching.
Okay. He says, look, boss, you know I'm your right hand, if you let me, but I'm a capo regime here. I'm here to help when we're out getting dirty.
Mm-hmm.
But you need a consigliere here. You need another head, not another hand for your beta. And Anastasia's and a cow, they were off doing big stuff elsewhere. And boxcars, basically Anastasia's understudy. Spent a lot of time working with her. For beta, you need somebody who's going to look at things a little different than you.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to come at it and listen, you're smart, boss.
I hate to admit it, but you're smart. But you're more hearts than your head. So you got to go for somebody who's a little more head than heart. I'm sorry, I didn't.
I just said you're not wrong there.
You know I love Technicolor. You know she's the wolf sister that I literally never had. I got a sister, but that one's not a wolf. But she's even more hot than you are. I don't want anybody else singing my song when I die out there, telling people about my glory than Technicolor. And Ingvar's the other end of things. I wouldn't want anybody else at my back, or more realistically, slightly in front of me, blocking incoming bullets and axe blows than Ingvar. And if you got to pick somebody who ain't me to make the battlefield calls out there, you know, I think that ought to be Ingvar. But when all you got's a hammer, well, Ingvar's got a big fucking hammer.
It'll take just a moment. Watch it, look at him a little bit. Get sort of a little tiny, just upward curl. And you know, I'm surprised you're thinking so far within the box.
Sal grins, he says. Plus, it would really fucking piss a lot of people off if we got a menace as a beta.
You're not wrong.
There it is.
And he'll just say,
go ahead.
We don't do anything in this pack by the rules, right?
I damn well hope not. That's not what I signed up for.
He stands up, looks at him, and says, "Who says we need only one beta?" And just walks into the house.
And that is where we are closing for the evening. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.